Hey guys, welcome to a very special end of the year episode of Unpopular Kids. We're a little bit longer today because we're talking about all of the best and worst things in 2015. You're going to want to stay to the end. Go!
Yes! We cheer here, Matt. We cheer. We lived another week.
Welcome to our Christmas episode. Look at all these cool decorations. No, this is I'm not Jewish.
Christmas, Hanukkah,
I think
Christmas episode.
do
Yes.
Christmas. Or do you do Hanukkah?
I do not.
So do we all do Christmas?
Assumption? Man.
Yeah. Wow.
No, just
I was like
you
Jewish.
mean Matt Kiesinski?
Christmas here. To those who are doing Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah to you. This
Doing
is our
the
Christmas
Hanukkah?
episode.
Doing
Yeah,
the
it's the
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. It's a dance. Is it
Nope,
not a dance?
don't do that.
There's definitely
Don't
a
go
dance
down
during
this
the
road.
holiday. No?
Nope.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm the Jovenshire, and I am accepting of all holiday traditions and dances. To my left is a pop culture guru, NikoleZ.
Oh, thank you. Don't ask me any questions. I don't know the answers to anything.
But you're a guru. You're like a Sherpa of pop culture.
And
pop culture,
proving that this is the last year ever, because after this it's apocalypse. Like the end of the world is nigh because Matt
Again?
The
Robb
world
is
is
not
nigh.
wearing a cat shirt.
I've got a cat too somewhere on my body.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't ask where.
Use your
He'll show you.
imagination.
You don't want to know. And surprisingly, here yet still waiting in line to go see The Force Awakens, FLitZ.
Oh.
We should also mention, you guys might be seeing this while the movie is out.
Yes.
We're filming this early, so this is a spoiler-free
Yes.
episode.
no
of
spoilers.
Force
Spoiler-free.
Awakens.
None of us have seen it.
We're all
Today
friends.
is Tuesday, I believe. It is a Tuesday as we record this because come Friday we're gonna be all like tired from going to the midnight screening of The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So hi FLitZ.
Hey, how's it
Hey.
going? This is the Jedi over here.
The
Force.
Jedi.
That's what the Force sounds like.
Is
cool.
that in your head at all time? That must be
that's
hard
really
to think.
intense.
That must be
Vibration.
very
Yeah, like-
How do you
difficult to
use the
think.
Force with it sounding like that?
You just one vibration at a time. Yeah.
And speaking of the Force, because I have great transitions, today our very special guest is Matt Key, who is the host and producer of Marvel Movie News and producer of Kevin Smith's podcast, Fat Man on Batman.
Batman on Batman. Yeah. Hey, what's
Hey,
and
he's got
I'm winning the
hand.
Infinity Gauntlet, so you guys better watch it.
So pretty much you are like a gateway to all pop culture.
Well, I mean, comic book, Marvel, mostly, yeah.
Mostly?
Yeah.
Just take the titles like you do.
We'll just be
Do you
asking
see how
about
this works?
IDW titles.
Can't wait. Let's talk Dark Horse, guys.
Well, Matt, can you tell us a little bit about what you do, where we can find you on the internet, and what makes you awesome?
Well, I don't know what makes me awesome, but I can say that my Twitter is @themattkey. It's really simple. It's my name with the in front of it.
Okay. Who does that? I don't do that.
Who does what? Twitter? I don't know. I've never met the people who designed or
Follow
run
me
Twitter.
at the Jovenshire.
And then I do a weekly podcast / YouTube show called Marvel Movie News. It's on Popcorn Talk Network.
Love it.
And we very literally talk about Marvel movie news and TV news, and we give our comic book recommendations. And it's a live show, so like if you want to come and ask us questions live, you can do that.
I will troll you in the comments moving forward.
No, please do. My fiance Brittany does it all the time.
Perfect.
Like and
My
everyone.
fiance Brittany.
Oh
No, you
wait, are we
can't- no,
sharing?
yeah,
Yay!
I learned something today. Matt Key learned something today.
I just learned that we share.
You may learn something on Friday.
And then the Fat Man on Batman podcast. I just started. It just came out this week.
Congratulations
So,
on that.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. It's
Well,
a good time. Kevin Smith's a good guy.
Here on Unpopular Kids, we like to do things backwards. Some people like to end with lightning round. We like to start with a little segment we call Lightning Round. Imagine lightning bolts. Now. Oh, I hear them.
But we don't see them.
I don't need to see him, man.
Don't need to see.
There it is. Yeah.
You don't see the lightning when it strikes.
Yeah, what?
Twice?
So yeah, we like to start with lightning round here. It really like amps up the energy and it just gets everyone excited. So we pull our questions from you guys, the audience. Anytime you tweet us or you leave a comment using the hashtag Unpopular Kids, We take them, we find them, and we want to answer them for you.
Got to use the hashtag though. It's real hard to find words on the internet that aren't hashtags. There's a
Not
lot of
useful.
words on the
A
internet.
lot of words.
They're
Some
all around us. It's like the Force or something.
it's not even all of them are English. Like some of them are in other languages.
Yeah. I
Or
don't-
sometimes,
other
like
languages?
There are other languages on the internet.
Other operating languages.
like binary,
Yeah.
C++.
That makes sense.
Oh, that
For
was my
you
grade in
nerds out
algebra.
there.
But Matt Key, this first question is going to be for you.
Oh, God.
We got this one from Sean Sanguinit on YouTube. That's how you pronounce that, right?
No.
It could be.
Sanguinet?
He's
Sanguinette.
not French.
Sanguinet.
It's definitely Sanguinette.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good
What
one.
superhero
Oh.
or superhero team should start off Marvel's Cinematic Phase 4? Why? Because we
Ooh,
just finished 2.
Sanguinet.
We're going to get 3
We're
next.
getting into 3. Yeah,
3
Civil
is
War
Doc
starts.
Strange.
So Phase 3 starts with Captain America: Civil War, then Doctor Strange, then the following that is Ant-Man and the Wasp. No, is it Black Panther, then Ant-Man and the
Yeah.
Wasp, then Captain Marvel?
Well, no,
is
still-
it- I
and
think we
Infinity
skipped over.
that doesn't count.
Oh, it doesn't count.
Infinity War is actually before Captain Marvel, and then Inhumans, and then Infinity
Volume
War
2.
number 2. And then Spider-Man is also in there, but that's Sony, and it's not really connected to Phase 3.
Really?
or
So it's
4.
not a part of the cinematic universe?
From my understanding, it's not.
We want to be a part of the Avengers in some respect.
Maybe there's
Okay.
a lot of the scripts aren't even written yet, so there's a lot of speculation that
I'll take
he
the
will
case.
So who do you see for Phase
Harvey
4?
Birdman.
be. Phase 4, I think, will
do you
be a lot of Inhumans because that's the end of
The
Phase
New
3.
Mutants?
The New Mutants, yeah, the new X-Men.
The new X-Men?
We have rights to these ones.
We have rights to these X-Men kind of
Like
characters.
Claw Animal Guy and One-Eye Dude. And don't forget Professor Z.
But they're basically like the X-Men meets the Game of Thrones. There's like a lot of political intrigue that follows along with
That's
them and stuff
exciting.
like that. So
Lot of
I
incest.
And yeah, lots of
lots of
Where do you
incest.
think those
just
mutant
like-
genes come from?
Space.
Well, you know what's funny is that it
makes
seems
sense.
really
like
funny.
it the
job,
in
Nicole.
the
Yeah.
comics it seems like they're doing a lot of stuff where like maybe mutants are Inhumans. Like it seems like they're kind of like starting to kind of take that
Redcon to
direction.
make more money.
So your answer is Inhumans. That's
I
how.
think Inhumans are
That's the
probably
best way to
starting
do it.
I have a
Phase 4.
weird-
I think they may also do like a new Avengers thing because like
That makes sense.
because they're
Like
all,
New Avengers or New Avengers? Because
Like
there are the
nude
New
Avengers.
like I think like
There are
the-
New Avengers.
like I think
FLitZ
the-
got so excited he just started talking to you and not into the mic. He's like, "What do you think about this?"
I think it'll be like the Team New Avengers. I think there will be some New Avengers on it, but like they're not going to have contracts
Teen
for Chris
Titan
Evans
or-
and
that's DC, but-
yeah, like a Teen Titans sort of thing. Yeah, like
Are we still getting that TV show?
I don't know.
it's still in the works from what I understand.
Cast me.
No.
Cassie was
I'm
Nightwing.
available.
Beast Boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
That's more
2016, I
appropriate.
leave Unpopular Kids to be Beast Boy.
So
I just take off my shirt. I don't
The secret is
morph into anything.
you've always been Beast Boy for
That's my
us.
secret. Next question.
that wasn't a lightning round. That was just like me
No, no,
monologuing for
we
like
are
4
very
minutes.
liberal with our lightning.
You taught us.
Very liberal with our lightning.
Inhumans is my
FLitZ, this
answer.
one is for you from I am Nepali 1 2 3 4 5.
Oh,
He knows how
Hey,
to
that's the
count.
combination of my luggage.
Which new movie are you most excited about and why? New movie.
New
and
movie
why?
in general?
In general, new movie. Not new short movie or short film.
I mean, there isn't much I
short
can
person.
see.
Or short
There isn't much I can foresee to be excited about. So I'm gonna go with Civil
I
War.
have no emotion.
I don't.
I feel nothing.
I tried. anticipation only. It
Yeah,
caused
FLitZ
me
doesn't
anxiety.
watch trailers.
I try. Yeah,
he does not watch trailers.
I try
so
to
it's very
skip
hard for him
trailers.
to get hyped. He knows that a movie is coming out,
And then
I'll
I
see
know
that.
I'm going to go see it. Yeah. But I mean, the Civil War trailer definitely got me excited. I'm very curious to see how they flip it since it's its own universe and the different references they make. I mean, no, I'm not going to get Patriot. No, I'm not going to get, any of the Young Adventures or the rest of the universe as large scale as the Civil War is meant to be. But I will get a Civil War and I will get, I feel, the fight that I want. Ultimately,
Broad
that will cause a
strokes.
great change.
Broad
Yeah.
Do you think Tony Stark will at any time say 4 scores and 7 years ago?
I hope not. That would be
Okay.
terrible. And that's why you didn't write the movie.
Yep, that's true.
Wait, I don't get the Abraham Lincoln joke.
Because it's a Civil War.
That's adorable.
Proclamation.
So black people used to be slaves.
Shh, we don't
Okay,
say
2 for
slave.
next question. Nicole, at Noisy Bracken, how long do you think it will take for 4K gaming and TV to become the norm?
I think the prices need to go down a lot. I think 4K TVs are definitely there, and some people I know have them. Not a lot of people I know
Man,
have.
you know some ballers.
I know a few people who have 4K TVs, and the cable companies aren't making TV in 4K. So there's really no reason to have a 4K TV unless you want to brag to your friends, which is a completely valid reason to buy technology. Like, let's be real. Like, that's, yeah, okay. But I think that if we continue to go down this 4K path as the best way to watch TV, movies, video games, then it will probably happen in, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 years when it's a lot cheaper. But there's a good chance that we're going to discover a new way that's better than 4K.
8K.
8K.
Oh,
How many
16K.
Ks are too many?
Well,
Like 27K?
isn't that what we?
KK, that'll be 1,000K.
That's one less than we need.
And I just want to squash all the PC comments saying that 4K is already here in the comments. By the way, this is
4K's
Norm.
here in the comments?
Well, no, they're gonna leave that
Yeah,
in the
I'm
comments.
here.
Hey guys,
I've been
Our
here.
comments here on Popular Kids are
No, I
in
mean
4K.
the monitors are there and the games are there, but like
When will it become
cable
the norm?
TV isn't going to have 4K quality television programming, which is it's called a TV. It's a television. It's for watching television.
We come from, I mean, I guess, the G4 fan era. And how long did it take for them to get there's this network? They were really tech savvy. They were gone. But how long did it
worked
take
there
for
for
them?
4 years?
Yeah. How long did it take for them to upgrade to the HD? And they were at the head of the line
Right,
with the
and that's-
technology thing. And
that has nothing to do with what the network wants. That's about like the bigger scope of what the technology's there and what if there are still people who have SD TVs.
they
And
just got
STDs.
it. Oh, that's
Next question.
SD TVs.
They've got to get
Armando Gomez on YouTube for Matt Raub. What do you think of the
Who's the
new
cute
X-Men?
guys?
Oh, good question. What do you think of the new X-Men Apocalypse trailer? And do you think they did it right?
We didn't get to talk about this last week
Nope,
when we had our
it-
whole
it,
trailer rants.
Right.
I think Oscar Isaac looks better than he did in July when we all thought he was Ivan Ooze from the Power Ranger movie. I think it looks better. My issue, I was holding out. I knew this was never going to be a possibility, and it may still be the case. They took it too seriously. When I heard like late 80s, early 90s X-Men movie, I was like, oh man, malls and lasers and shit. It's going to be awesome.
Balls and lasers.
Just like the
That
80s
was
and 90s.
literally the 80s and 90s. It was just malls and lasers.
I wanted to see Moonbeam City.
Yeah, I wanted
Honestly,
that.
yeah.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be awesome. We'll have like a cool Jubilee for the first time in ever, and
We got
it'll
a
be.
glimpse
Yeah,
of
and
Jubilee.
forever.
Yeah.
And forever.
Yeah, we've never had
There's
a cool
never
Jubilee.
been a
No.
They even made her a vampire in the comics. And even then I was
No
like,
one
you know
cared.
what?
Nope.
It's even worse. No, like, get out.
I'm
Stop
going
it.
to kind of give the counter argument. I did think that, like, looking at that trailer,
But you
I
also
was
bitched
like,
you thought that the moment with Professor X was like a spoiler, which I thought
I
was
did.
dumb.
I wanted
That
to
he
see
went
that.
bald?
What ball?
Yeah, I
Ball
wanted
out?
to see
Really
that on the big screen for
spoiler.
the first time.
We all know
there's
his
some
head was
things I want to
eventually-
witness. When it comes to spoilers for me, it's more than just this is what happens in the movie in the story. Like there's just some things that I want to witness and see happen. I want to see the moment and realize what's happening in front of me. Holy crap! Xavier's
You're
losing
gonna
his
get
eyes.
that for another, I don't know, 84 minutes. You're gonna get plenty of that.
Maybe.
I don't.
Even
think...
still, like
I like to think that there's no event that leads to him like cutting his hair, except like he meets a girl who's like, I really like bald head. But like you get a
Male
mom like
heart pattern baldness.
you
he's like
did
listening
kind of
to like Josh Groban like shaving his head.
Though I did have a problem with his baldness that kind of deterred away from the fact that I was making is that I did think that watching that was like watching the 90s cartoon had grown up with me. And much like the 90s Batman cartoon grew up with me and then I saw Under the Red Hood, it was like that same evolution. It grew up with me. I'm now watching it as a live action movie. I don't know. It felt very...
So you think it did it right?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. I don't know. We'll see.
I agree that it was really dramatic and very, very, very VO heavy.
Yeah,
Just, not a
I'm
lot.
just so sick of
It's
like
like
the one
exposition
piano
in the
key,
trailer.
and it's just there's a lot of exposition.
Wait, do you have a problem with the key?
Wait, who has a problem with me?
Ooh, we'll fight.
Me?
I've got the gauntlet.
Next
I'm gonna go on
question.
Twitter and spoiler Star Wars.
This comes from Jet G on YouTube. Martian Manhunter
life hack.
or Vision? Who would win in a fight?
Oh, it's you.
Oh, I'm gonna say
Because Martian Manhunter just shown on Supergirl.
showed up on Supergirl. I'm gonna say Vision. I'm gonna say Vision because
He has laser eyes. Fire, dead.
Okay, so does
Sorry.
Martian. So does Jones.
So he's got
Vision
So there's
died?
he's
Doug
got.
Jones too. Great
Well,
actor.
that's the other thing. If we're going with like even like more recent incarnations of the Vision like,
Vision can't die.
well, he can't die
Can't
technically,
you just,
but
like,
he.
Control C, Control V him, basically? like, save it on the hard drive for later. Yeah. All right, guys.
Well, but he's also like made of like all these like tiny nanobots. So like if you cut him in half, if you can cut him in half, like
Yeah.
he's just like can come back together. Like he's like an Omega level like guy. Like and John Jones is certainly there also, but like I think Vision has the edge. I think.
Yeah, when you look at endurance, Manhunter's gonna end first if it comes down to that.
Exactly.
I mean, my biggest exposure to Manhunter was the JLA or the JLU cartoon, and
Yeah.
he always was just the bitch. He was always like, I was like, oh man, he's a shapeshifter. He could phase. He could do all this stuff, and it's like, oh fuck, a match. Like it was always
Flashbacks.
him. Yeah. It was
Flashbacks,
always
my
the
family.
case. It's like he could be all powerful, but he's got this real issue.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like Vision can be like, "Oh, you're afraid of fire? How about my solar gem?"
Yeah, right?
Just like,
Yeah.
because he's
Which
oh.
is
What
the
sound
whole
effect
thing.
is
That's cosmic
that?
Good
power.
sound effect.
Vision holds cosmic power in his face.
We all
Yeah.
do deep down.
You right.
Got Flitz on his own level. Next question for Flitz. This one's for you from Deathman Kid on YouTube. What do you think about Square Enix's statement on the Final Fantasy VII remake being episodes, and what other games would you like to see Square Enix remake?
I think this is their load, and they're blowing it in phases. And that's why
Yeah, like a
they're
load
doing.
phase.
That's why they're
Well,
doing
they're
the
not really
because they were
blowing
like,
it then,
we're not
right?
going to do Final Fantasy VII. We're gonna do Final Fantasy VII, and it's gonna milk all of your money. So we're gonna do. But I understand,
Yeah.
and they're doing it very big, and I understand why they're doing it. But ultimately, it's just another remake cash cow.
Yeah.
and I'm excited, but I'm probably not gonna invest so much into it.
I don't know. I was because I read Squeenix, you know, Mr. Bob Squeenix. I read his statement on it, and yeah, him, yeah, and he had said, I think he had said like, I back up the fact that he's like, it's a huge game. I mean,
It is.
it was
It's a
2
giant
discs
game, yeah.
on the PlayStation Une, so that's a huge game if you try to upres it. Yes,
And
Une. I
here's
got it
why
in France.
It's not okay, which I'm
Oh,
going to touch
I'm so-
back into later
about-
on.
it's about you right now.
Just because we touched on a hot button topic with me.
Lot of touching.
Yeah.
If you can have a game
Touching
like
and loads.
Skyrim
Feeling
or
loads and
Fallout
touching.
4, if you can have any role-playing game right now be released, which is like you can have a 200-hour plus game all on one disc or one download file, the only reason they're doing it is for the money. Because like,
They're a business.
well,
Whoa,
at the
no.
end of the day,
Isn't Square Enix nonprofit? I
I'm
think they're
pretty
a
sure
church.
it's not
See,
Square
but
Enix
that's,
not
some people
EU.
treat it like
that's
a
why
church.
I'm not okay with like just
Yeah.
because they're a business doesn't make it
Doesn't mean you screw
okay
over the people.
to
But
like.
is you getting the game slowly over time? A game that so basically this game is going to take you 6 months to play. So you can either take 6 months to play it and buy the game once, or buy it in chunks and still play it in 6 months.
They're profiting off of my memory addiction, and I don't approve of that.
because this is literally how it went. They were sitting in their
Did you just
board
call
meeting.
nostalgia like a human being.
Nope, it's memory addiction.
Not a thing.
It will be. They were sitting in their office and they're like, you know what? Our sales aren't good. Let's finally do it. Let's remake Final
Let's
Fantasy
not
VII.
shut down our corporation
Yeah.
and stop making video games forever.
And there
let's
was-
give people what they want in the process.
And there was
All right.
one guy in the corner that said, wait a second. That's going to make a lot of money, yes. But what if, hear me out, 2 parts, double the money?
I don't know if it's like 2 parts. I think it's multiple.
I mean, it's
should
not
be
going
like
to
3 or
cost
4,
full
yeah.
price now.
That's
I
just-
mean, you're paying essentially the same amount over time.
Maybe.
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 But then just tell yourself that by doing this, you're getting A, what you love,
Mm-hmm.
and B, you're helping fund Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, bullshit.
that's-
We've
I
been
have, like,
funding
every Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts
Hearts
and
Go
Finishing
there,
them.
look at their
I don't
earnings
care.
reports. Like, they have not been doing well.
because they can't produce a
Because
good
they're
original
produ-
game.
That's and that
I
has
don't
to
want
do
them to
with
make
the
Kingdom
lack
Hearts
of a
3.
change in their.
It won't be
I
good.
mean, they're playing the game, but they're playing by the traditional rules that everyone is making money off of instead of pivoting and doing something more beautiful and original and new again. As far as games they should remake, Bouncer. I love Bouncer.
A boy
You
in
guys
his
remember
block.
Bouncer?
yes.
Bouncer was the jam.
Bouncer?
Bouncer's going to make a lot of money.
Classic.
We got a
I heard
little
they're-
derailed here. We're a very passionate topic. But next question, this time for Nicole from
Not
John
allowed to peek. Don't peek.
John Purowitz
You won't
on
read them.
YouTube.
No, I haven't.
Nicole, how do you think the addition of Linkle will change the Zelda universe?
Well, they recently announced that Linkle will be a part of the new Zelda game for the Wii U, which is a tiny bit of information we have about this game that's already been delayed and probably won't even be out on the Wii U. If they do release it on the Wii U, it'll be like Twilight Princess, where it was for the Wii, but also came out on the GameCube. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Linkle is a solution to any kind of problems that we have. I think they just
The
made...
problem being that they aren't great games.
Well, yeah. Let's have an argument right now about the games that you haven't played that much and whether or not they're great.
She took off the
Zelda!
gloves.
Guys,
Zelda!
it's Christmas.
No, but I just don't think that it's solving any problems. It's not making the game more diverse. It's just making Link is the norm, and then this Linkle is let's put a bow on it now. Like let's have an actual female character.
I understood Link, so I thought Linkle was supposed to be Link's lawyer, like David Linkle.
It's like a Finkel-Einhorn situation.
Linkle is Einhorn? Einhorn is Linkle?
Let's
Yeah.
really address the big problem here.
It was Link's sister, and which is a character that gets kidnapped in Wind Waker, and we've seen in
Zelda.
No. And
That's
so
a completely different game if that's his sister the whole
it just
time.
I would just rather them spend time making a really cool female character that is on the same page as
Like
Link.
they did with Sheik.
Yeah, Sheik, but I mean essentially as soon as Sheik put on a dress, she got kidnapped.
Yeah.
So I mean there's some flaws there.
I think the big problem here is Nintendo needs to stop being lazy with naming their characters.
Yeah, that's such a lazy Linkle?
Like Linkle? Come on.
Like Lysandra, right? Something
Okay.
that resonates through time. That people
And
are like, hey, you
space.
remember that Legend of Zelda character, Lysandra?
Next question. Matt Rob from Type 40 TARDIS on YouTube.
Mario's nemesis is Wario.
Yeah.
And his friend Waluigi.
His last name is Mario.
Yeah, exactly. I just
Like,
think it's
just
a translation thing.
30 years of lazy name making. Get on a
So
new
Square
level,
Enix
Nintendo.
stop making games, Nintendo stop making games.
We're gonna have no games in the new year, guys.
That's
Dumb-
okay.
Well, not from Japan.
That's actually an interesting. Japanese games are starting to drop in popularity.
Robots.
By
They're
the
not.
two of you.
By the two of
Yeah.
you.
They're not popular anymore. Says us.
Let's look at Square Enix's numbers. Let's look at how
let's look
over
at
the last 2
Nintendo's
years,
numbers.
anytime same thing, not
Nintendo's
that
been
great.
doing much better.
Well, better since they've released this
That's
last
what you
year.
say if their person breaks both their legs. He's doing much better now. He's doing better. He still has a limp.
Well, who's completely in the clear? Even Microsoft's hurting.
maybe that's an Unpopular Kids for the next year. Unpopular
Well,
Kids. Next year
Konami
will be
is
popular.
Konami's dead.
Konami's
Yeah.
dead.
Look what you did.
I did that. That was my
happy.
fault. Next question from Type 40 TARDIS on YouTube. Best and worst Star Wars movies. Matt Rob, you just did a marathon of all
I
these.
marathoned all 6.
Perfect for you.
Yeah. Which, by the way, and this is my soapbox, I recommend, we don't do that segment anymore. I recommend, if you were to watch them before you see the movie that came out today, I would recommend doing the machete cut, which is 4, 5, 2, 3, 6.
Yes.
That's
No
the way
one.
to do it.
Stay away from
Hands
one.
down, it's the best way to do it. And in this, I honestly, everyone says Empire is the best of the original trilogy. I say it's A New Hope. I think A New Hope travels the most. I think A New Hope sets the universe and creates the world the best. It literally gives you the hero's journey that you want, and it's great. It has an amazing ending, and it literally gives you everything.
And it throws you right into the middle of it. There's no explanation of anything. It's just like,
Everything else throws you in the middle of it. New Hope is the one where it's like, this is we're going to give you everything piece by piece. We're going to spoon feed you, and then we're going to leave you at the end where they blow up the bad guys. It could be, if they were like, that's it, no more movies after New Hope, it would be a great, sci-fi film on its own.
And now for the worst.
Well, you already said just skip one.
Yeah, but I don't count one because that's not a Star Wars movie.
I was,
That's
I was
a weird,
actually about
yeah.
to say, do you even count one?
I don't
so,
count
is
one.
this
Just
between,
listen to the Saga
2 and 3?
Begins. By
Yeah,
Weird Al,
and you get the
that's
gist.
the whole thing.
That's my episode 1.
No, I would. I don't count. One is like a weird, it's a ride. It's a weird theme park ride. It's like yippies and
I'm on a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, you stupid kid.
I'm a Jewish stereotype. Come back here. Jedi mind tricks don't work on me. That's Watto for all you kids at home. No, I think honestly, Jedi is probably the weakest. I'd say Jedi's the
Really?
weakest. Yeah.
Talk about an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I think
Wait,
Jedi
weaker than Attack of the Clones? and
weaker.
Revenge of the
Yeah,
Sith?
weaker than Clones and Sith. Clones and Sith have their own issue. Like you take away the fact that there's horrible direction, wooden acting, bad CG, whatever. Story wise and a part of the trilogy, I honestly think Jedi is just kind of it it got way too ahead of itself, and it's like Ewoks now, and Jabba's palace, all that stuff is garbage. I feel like there's a complete waste of Yoda. He goes to Yoda's like, you need to train me some more. He's like, I'm gonna die. It's just weird. It just comes across as very strange and incongruous to the rest of to this buildup that we've gotten, right? That's why everyone says Empire's the best film, because Jedi was such a letdown. It really was. It was a letdown for.
I really like Jedi.
Really?
Yeah, I think Jedi's my favorite because
I also think
I
that
just
if you
feel done when I watch it.
I don't. And you better not, because the
Well,
new one is good. That's it. I
I
don't
don't
need
need
it.
to see it. You know what? This is a good ending right here.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm
Well,
happy
good.
with this.
Well,
Ewoks dancing
that's
around.
been our lightning round, and as we ended with
That was quick.
Yeah,
very quick. As we ended that with a best and worst of beast. Here we've got the best of the best and worst of 2015. And here we are now. I do want to look at like the 4 major categories that we talk about here on the show: movies, comics, video games, and TV shows, and go over the best and worst of in our lists for the year. That is a giant
As
fist.
the last episode of
Yes.
2015.
Just a spoiler alert. There's no more episodes for the next 2 weeks, or maybe 3 weeks.
Spoiler.
Yeah, no.
Heads up.
Heads up.
Spoiler alert, Han eats Chewie. At the end of Force Awakens. He just cuts him open, starts chewing on him. Oh, it's so delicious.
Oh, I thought he smelled good on the inside. Oh.
Because they fucked.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
go
Matt,
ahead.
we're gonna start with you. We're gonna
It's
start
okay,
with
it's okay, it's dudes.
your best and worst movies.
Movies.
Yeah, we're gonna do movies
So we'll just
first.
do best, and then we'll all go around, and then do worst while we'll go around?
Sure.
That'd be fun, because then I will change my answer depending on everyone else.
Best I felt was Mad Max Fury Road.
I was hoping no one would use
Yeah,
it.
that's not really fair because
how is that not fair?
Because scientifically speaking, that is the best.
Nope.
But scientifically speaking,
Yeah.
I did not read that article.
That was a nerdy
It was,
response.
like from the actual ratings board and all that, it was declared the best movie up to.
So wait, you're saying because everyone else in the world said it was the best movie, I'm not allowed
Okay,
to say it's
so-
the best
That's
movie?
a cop-out.
My
Nicole
case
over
is
here.
flawed.
Playing
There are
on
some
easy.
flaws here on my part. I can see that now.
Now you gotta say pixels. Sorry, that's the second out.
Pixel's the only answer.
Pixels is the only way you can go. It's the best movie. Very clearly. It's so good I didn't see it. I couldn't let my eyes see it.
Just kidding. You can say Mad Max.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. No, I saw it in the theater like 3 times, and like I think the third time I saw it, about 3/4 of the way through the film, I started getting teary-eyed because it was so good.
Couldn't stay awake because it was so boring.
No.
Sorry, I was never a Mad Max fan. I'm sorry, a Mad Max Fury Road fan.
Yeah, like I from a cinematic angle, like I was just watching, it was just like, this is so fucking good. Oh my god! Like,
Do you feel like you're at Burning Man?
what's that?
You feel like you're at Burning Man watching it?
A little bit, yeah. Because I saw it a third time after I came back from Burning Man, so that may have also been part of it.
This movie's about me.
I will appreciate all the things that it did great, like the cinematography. It was a beautiful movie. It was a very well done movie, though simple when it came to story. But the fact that it inspired this whole culture to have like a new Burning Man, where it was like a post-apocalyptic Burning Man, where people just all went out into the desert for. Unless you went to that, did you go to
You
that?
did. That's what Burning Man is.
Burning
Well,
Man.
no, not Burning Man. No, there was a post-apocalyptic one.
Oh
where
no,
everyone, like,
Wasteland
yeah.
Weekend. Yeah, that's been going on for like 10 years. Like,
Oh,
it's
never
been going
mind.
on for a
I'll
while.
retract my statement. I don't go to cool things. FLitZ, what's your best movie of 2015?
I don't.
Stop. You
have
have to have
one.
opinions, or
Captain
else you can't be
America.
on the show anymore.
Captain America
All
was great.
movies are beautiful.
I really enjoyed.
It's 2 years. That's
Captain America was really cool, guys.
That was a while ago.
Winter Soldier.
That's not the
Yeah.
That was
It's
last
on
year.
TV now. I
That's
mean,
true.
it's still a movie.
Is it the best movie released or just the best movie that he saw this
Yeah.
year?
You know, yeah, but I can't really answer because I didn't go see many movies like this. I don't know if I did. I go to the movie theater this
You
year?
watched Ridiculous 6?
Well, that was Netflix.
But
Are we
that's a
counting
movie.
Netflix?
Yeah, a movie
That's a
that was
movie.
released in 2015.
Ridiculous 6 was not.
That was not the best. It wasn't the best. I don't even know what was released in 2015.
Do you need a list? Do we
Yes,
need to
give
pull
me a
up
list.
IMDb?
Give me a list. Because I'm
No,
trying
you
not to
should
say
have done the research beforehand.
no. I did, but I'm trying not to say Mad Max. The only thing that stood out for me as far as movies
say
in
Mad Max.
2015 was
I'll-
Mad Max.
I'll allow
But
it.
I'm trying to be
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you.
the boss.
Mad Max.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
it's the,
yeah.
it did.
Avengers came out.
No, that wasn't the best.
But
movie.
it wasn't like I enjoyed it, but it wasn't as a whole like. Mad Max did do a lot, like, and I stayed away from it. I like everyone was so hyped about it, and I was like, I don't see what the big freaking deal is. And then I watched it, and I was like,
it was
yeah,
really
that was really good. That was really fun. I actually understand. So I still don't want to say that. Like I really don't. Like I genuinely don't. But I I'm saying Mad Max.
I actually felt bad because I'm such a Marvel fan. Like when I watched Age of Ultron, I was like, that was good. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw Mad Max, and I was like, oh god, it's so much better. That hurts me to say and to have that opinion.
Well, but to be fair, Avengers, it took, 2.5 years? Mad Max took 30. So
Yeah.
he had a little bit of
He
a
had some time.
leg
He
up.
had some time.
For my best movie of 2015, it was kind of a toss-up between Kingsman came out earlier this year,
Kingsman was
which
fun.
was a great movie, and that was on my list until I remembered I put it up against Creed. I really liked Creed.
I'm trying to whoop it
Yeah, just
on.
I'm gonna recut the trailer and use that song. Creed
like
for
a valid
me.
Yeah,
time.
and you would be the first person to think of that.
Yep.
Yeah. I get the criticisms that some people have had with the movie,
I've heard it
but I very much liked his journey. I liked why he did what he did. There were just some lines and some moments that just, excuse the pun, but hit me so hard that it was an
jeez.
experience
Is
to
that a pun?
watch the movie.
Is that a pun?
It's a boxing movie,
I'll
and
go-
it hit me so hard.
That movie
That's a
went
pun.
10 rounds at my heart.
Also, Stallone, he can act.
I thought you were
It
gonna
took
say-
us,
I thought
it
you
took
were
us
gonna
30
say old.
years to
Stallone?
find out.
Stallone?
He's
But,
old. He's lived a long time.
He's really
Like,
old.
Stallone just had a specific scene in that movie where I just was like, nope, yep, that's how you react in that moment. Okay, good movie. That was my movie.
Not
Year.
crying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was-
Nicole, what was your?
It
what
was
was
the
your?
scene where Stallone took Viagra, and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's how it is.
That's what happens. Good for
And the
him.
movie lasted 4 more hours.
Avoiding the Viagra jokes. Nicole, what was your favorite movie of 2015?
Well, I mean, the reason I didn't want you guys to all to say Mad Max was I really
it's
liked
yours.
because I really liked Mad Max, but also like FLitZ, I haven't seen a ton of movies this year.
I didn't feel like there were a lot that were worth my time.
Movie tickets,
Does that mean I
movie tickets are really expensive.
They are. They are.
All right, so is the price of gas.
No,
but we
I'll
get
drive.
everywhere.
I walked here.
It's a good point. I actually, I mentioned in an early episode of Unpopular Kids that this was kind of like a build-up year for superhero movies. Like we had Ant-Man and Age of Ultron that
I
were
liked
like
Ant-Man.
good, but
I wouldn't call it a build-up year. I'd call it a whiff. I'd call
Okay,
like the two,
yeah.
the big superhero movies we had this year are kind of like, we were excited, and they both hit, and we're like, well,
I mean, like in
Yeah.
the if Marvel movies are like Jenga, you know.
Django.
or Jumanji. Ooh, keep going.
Okay, so they're like bricks that just don't matter. Like the superhero movies that came out, especially for the
which
Marvel.
sucks because that's
they don't
an
matter.
Avenger movie.
I
and
mean,
if it just
I
whiffs-
don't want to get ahead of myself, but like Avengers 2 is a movie that I'll talk about later in the next segment. Go on.
I wonder what your worst pick's gonna
I did like Ant-Man though.
be. Okay, yeah, I have to
entertaining?
rewatch it. I have to rewatch it because I remember.
Crimson Peak was entertaining.
I didn't see it.
It was, yeah, that's fun. It was fun. It wasn't
It was what
the
I
best.
I expected everything I got out of it, you know, but it was great, you know.
Rob, your best of?
My best movie of 2015. So Mad Max Fury Road came out this year.
Did it?
And it's not my
What?
best movie of this year. Honestly, I thought about it a lot. There's a lot of really good indie horror that hit this year that I really dug. It Follows was an awesome movie.
Yeah?
I really, that was this year.
I've heard really good things
It's
about it.
really good.
I can't handle scary movies, but I've heard very good things about
Yeah,
it.
no, come over and watch it. It's really good. You will pee
It was
yourself.
great. It was a.
You'll pee.
But I'll pee
think he,
myself at your house.
On my couch.
I think he just like invited you for Netflix and chill. I think that's what just happened.
It's not on Netflix yet. It's not
Oh,
on
it's
Netflix
not.
yet.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
on
I
Netflix.
love experiencing horror movies with
torrenting
people
show?
because it's almost like a
Amazon
weird
and chill.
Schadenfreude, which is just watching it. You know what Schadenfreude means?
Yes, it's when you watch someone be scared and squirm.
Nope. So it's
Solid guess.
yeah, it was all right. Context clues.
context.
It's
Yeah.
basically taking enjoyment of other people's pain.
Yeah.
And it's that because I love
same
just
as
kind of watching people watch horror movies. Like I love when they do the TV spots for horror movies after like week 3 of it being in theaters, and they have that really terrible like green screen
like, reaction
or the
cam?
yeah
The
night vision
And you see,
shot
like,
of
the
them like
people's
oh
eyes
my
glowing.
God!
Yeah.
I was so scared when Chucky came out. Like that's great. I think that's so fun because that's the whole point of a horror movie. And I love that. But I love watch. So yeah, watch it, but film yourself watching it. See, that's creepier to say
Yeah,
that.
that's good. What you're saying. All right, worst movies of 2015. Matt Key. Let's get through our worsts. We got a bunch of
Fantastic Four.
topics. Oh
So
my God,
easy.
that's right.
So easy. Like, here's how bad this movie was.
It's so bad that I forgot that came out.
No, I didn't pay for it. I actually went to ArcLight, and since I do the Marvel show, I went to ArcLight, got into the theater. Like I snuck in. I was like,
wow.
I'm not paying for this movie. I
Damn,
snuck
you
in.
pirated.
Rebel.
Noticed no one else was in there.
Oh.
I was like, wait, now they're gonna know that I snuck in because there's no one
Nobody
else
bought
here.
a ticket.
So I went to the front. I was like, look, here's the deal. I refuse to pay for this movie, but I have to watch it because I do a show. Will you let me sneak in?
Wow.
And he was like, I can't let you do that, but I will let you pay for another movie.
Oh wow.
So
Okay, so what
So
movie
I-
did you support?
I paid for Rogue Nation,
Okay.
which I enjoyed. That was
Yeah.
a fun movie. And then I went and watched Fantastic
That's
Four.
right.
Yeah, so like thank you to ArcLight.
Buy one,
Suck
get
it,
one free.
fucks.
Yeah.
And then I went and watched Mission Impossible like a week later. And it was great. It was a good movie.
So technically, you love Mission Impossible so much. You
Yeah,
saw it
I saw it
twice.
twice. Yeah, that movie is like
It's
it
the
is
worst.
so bad. It is
It's the
so
worst
bad.
movie.
It is so.
It's
and-
not a movie.
It's not a film. And like you could tell that like he was like Josh Trank was trying to take like cues from Cronenberg, and like that's not the Fantastic Four I want to see. But if that's the only Fantastic Four I'm gonna get. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see like Cronenberg the hell out of it. Let's do this like weird science and it's terrifying and I'm on board. And then it's like a year later and you're like, wait, where did Cronenberg?
Yeah,
this
this
isn't
is a
scary.
whole movie, and now it's a different
Now it's a
movie.
different movie,
This
and
is
this
really-
is a terrible movie.
It was,
and,
and I lived through, as did you, the awful era we had in the early '90s of the Marvel movies,
Yeah.
right? The French-Canadian Spider-Man film, Corman's Fantastic Four.
That movie is amazing.
Anything with Lou Ferrigno. Like, and we lived through all of it, and it's all bad, and I still could barely stomach through this movie.
Yeah.
It's just so bad.
Like those others are so bad, they're still fun. This
Yeah.
is, you had a budget, you had a giant studio, you have so much source material. You are in a time when like people are dying for movies like this, and you still did this? Like this is what you
It
did?
just it
Like,
didn't even hit the lowest bar that any other movie. It was worse than Spider-Man 2, but at least Spider-Man 2 was an actual story with a beginning,
Yeah.
middle, and end.
The problem
Yeah.
is it's joyless. That's really what it,
It
comes
totally
down.
is.
It's just joyless. You take something that could be fun and you just make it this awful Apollo 13 knockoff. Like it was
Yeah.
just not.
It
Even
was
the moments
so
where they're
bad.
supposed to have these like, hey, we all got drunk together and we're best friends. Like, no, I don't buy any of that. You look like you're just
the
guys in
acting
a
was-
room.
Yeah, the acting was terrible, and then
Yeah.
the third act made no sense at all. And then like the part that like I hated more than anything, they get this amazing building and they go inside and they've got this lab and there's 4 of them and they're standing up there and they're like, well, we're a team now. I guess we should have a name. And they're like, yeah, we should have a name. And he's like, there's 4 of us. What should we call ourselves? And then he's like, man, this is, Ben Grimm looks at Reed and he's like, this is fantastic. And he goes, wait, guys, I know what we should call ourselves. And he takes a breath to say it. And I was like, you just stole that from Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Like, screw you so hard. Oh my God, I hate you
Well, he was going to
so
say
hard.
the Fan Four Sticks.
FLitZ, what was your worst movie? We got a lot of topics to get
There
through.
was a lot I didn't see, but one that didn't see, and I'm very aggravated
That you didn't
with
see it?
that it exists.
Oh, okay.
Is Gemini holograms, and that has a lot to do
That
with
did so bad.
the pandering and the not knowing even what the heck Gemini holograms is. And with all of these different series that are coming out that are effectively feminist and magical and get broad, great messages across, it missed. And it shows in the box office.
I don't even think it had it didn't have an audience in the first place, in my opinion. That's not a Saturday morning cartoon that I think people were
I used to watch it.
wanted.
I watched it.
It was
That's
an
the-
older group of people, probably in their late 20s now to early 30s, who watch that, and it's a fine demographic to go after if you want to appeal to younger people. I mean, it worked for Turtles, Ninja
Yeah, it worked
Turtles,
for
it worked
Transformers, all of it.
The demographic, I don't think was the problem. It was that they didn't market it at all as what it was. Like there was no reason that movie about just like a random rock star girls had to
Bieber
be.
girls.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
Bieber
there was no
girls.
reason that was them in the holograms, which could have been like almost a cool sci-fi movie because of
Exactly,
that technology.
exactly.
And like what you're saying about the cool feminist movies that could be be made. A lot of execs are going to look at this and say, well, here's a movie that was targeted to girls, that starred women, and was for them, and look
And
how
look how
horribly
bad
it
it
did.
did. Yep.
And
It was
people
a
aren't going to
setback.
take
That's a great
chances
reason to
because
say
of
it's the
that.
worst. For me, my worst movie of the year, Jupiter Ascending.
That was my
out
second
too?
choice. That
Yeah.
was my second word.
Jupiter Ascending came out in
Nice.
February.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
That
Forgettable.
movie,
That was this year.
I'm not a huge fan of the Wachowskis, all of their work, but I went into this because I liked the concept, I liked the actors, I liked Tatum, of course.
Great dramatic actor.
Right?
Yeah, solid.
But that, like, the concept was cool. They could have taken out an entire section of the movie, pretty much the second act, put the first act and the third act movie together, and it would have been a better movie. They just missed all over the place. You felt nothing for the main heroes. There was no reason like you should feel like they're in danger or anything. It's just like flashing lights and things happening in front of your eyes that
In a
you're not
colorless
attached to.
future.
Yeah, it just
There was a color.
it just
always a color.
They tried to create They tried to create a universe and it didn't work because they just failed. And they're better storytellers than that. Or maybe they aren't because Matrix 2 and 3 sucked.
Did you see Clown Atlas?
Clown Atlas?
I can't. It's 8 hours. It's an 8-hour movie of just fun.
About clowns?
Yeah. It's clowns living in different times.
And they keep coming around.
Yeah.
That'd actually be kind of interesting.
Nicole, you mentioned a lot about Jen and the Holograms, but what was
Just
your
one
worst
car.
worst of the movies of
beginning of
2015?
Well, this definitely was not the worst movie of 2015. I mean,
Yeah, what's yours? My interest is piqued.
it's not the worst movie of 2015. It was the movie that I was the most disappointed with, and that was Avengers 2, because I had just binge watched all of S.H.I.E.L.D. and got completely caught up with where the movie was gonna like line up, and I was just so excited about what the S.H.I.E.L.D. universe was doing, and we just came off of Winter Soldier, and there's so much going on in this world that matters, and I really feel that like with S.H.I.E.L.D., the Hydra infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D., like this is gonna affect everybody. This is a complete game changer. And then Avengers 2 happened, and it was kind of like this like side story, like what they were doing on summer vacation kind of story. Like it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like they completely solved this super isolated problem in like an hour and 15, and everything went back to normal. It doesn't matter to the universe, and it just seemed like filler the way Winter Soldier seemed like it was actually progressing the Marvel
That's a
universe.
great comparison.
Yeah.
And so I was bummed because I wanted so much more, because the first Avengers was so good.
Well, and the first Avengers was a culmination of Phase 1. It was like, oh, everything is leading to
Yeah.
this, and now it's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like the Avengers movie should be. It should be
Yeah.
like, this team member's doing this team member's doing this team member's doing this, and now we're gonna do this.
And it wasn't that.
And it wasn't that. It was like,
it
and
was
now
a
we're
movie
gonna
in
like.
transition. It was like it was the Phase 2
was
transition.
filler.
to
The
Caitlyn
Phase
Jenner
3.
of Marvel movies.
Well, I also feel like Avengers 1 was a movie that kind of led as a transition into Phase 2, and like that was the purpose of the movie.
Well,
Yes,
but
it was everything
that
lead up to it,
transition
but
was like also like just like the premise of the film, like these Avengers coming together to do this thing, like so like that was enough to get us into Phase 2. You know what I'm saying? Like with this one, it was like we're going into Phase 3 after Ant-Man, but this is like the last Avengers movie that we're getting for Phase 2, and it felt like all it did was say, yeah, they got
still
together
here.
and like we're still doing this thing, and this Ultron guy like destroyed like a city.
Yeah,
and,
which
now
you
like
had that-
the whole world's like pissed
you
at
had that
us,
giant moment
so-
happen, but the big part of the movie was just seeing the feud start between Cap and Iron Man, which again just transitions us into.
I
yeah,
didn't
it
think
wasn't
that
so
was a
obvious.
thing. And to me, it was more like people want to pick up Thor's hammer.
That was a funny scene. Matt, Rob, what was your worst movie of
Oh, real
2015?
quick.
Oh, yeah, go.
Another reason that I felt the Avengers really let me down was in Jessica Jones, when they casually mentioned, yeah, well, when those the other superheroes, mess up the city a little bit. Like, it was so not an issue for the people of Jessica Jones
Yeah.
that Avengers 2 happened. It wasn't
Well,
even.
in Hell's Kitchen. That happened in Manhattan. It's not a real problem.
Exactly. But that's what it felt like. It was so insignificant. Go on, your turn.
I'm assuming your worst movie wasn't Magic Mike XXL.
Oh no, that should have been my best. It's just so good. No, I honestly, I thought about it. There was a lot that I internet hated over the year, where I'm like, this is garbage. But realistically,
What was
like,
my
You're a good troll.
You were like Ant-Man, more like Ant-Meh, and I laughed at that one. I was like, oh, not wrong. This guy.
but even that, like, there wasn't enough that really came out that I'm like, oh, movies. But I mean, honestly, I have to go with the easy one just because I paid to see it, Pixels. Just because that was one, none of us thought it was going to be good once we saw the trailer. But I know, like, the story, and I remember when it was just a web short, and I was like, okay, like, what could this be? This is kind of cool. And it was just really bad. And, like, Peter Dinklage, who's, like, a good actor, it was just real bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but he did like
Yeah.
Knights of Badassdom. He likes
Okay, but that's not a bad movie.
And
You're
that
right,
was
it's not.
also made like 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
no, it was a really old movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Why
Joe.
Jason Stackhouse was in it?
Yeah, no.
What is he doing now?
Joe Lynch, literally, I think he made that movie before Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they were
that
holding on
makes
to that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Pixels was bad, and I actually sat through Ridiculous 6, and I know you and I disagree about it. It's real bad.
What about Spectre? Didn't you dislike Spectre a lot?
I didn't dislike Spectre. I think it's the worst of the Bond recent Bond movies. But it's just that was another one that I felt like it was just very hollow. A lot of these films are coming across as very hollow.
Yeah.
Is it because our expectations are too high, or because they just stopped trying this
Or
year?
was Hollow Man too good?
Hollow Man was pretty great. That Rona Mitra scene. No, but I think there's some just I don't know whether it's the acting or not, whether we're putting these genre films on a pedestal and we're expecting too much. But a lot of them are just coming across.
Again, we're filming this beforehand, but I think Star Wars, none of us are mentioning it as the greatest movie of the year because we haven't seen it because we filmed this on Tuesday.
It sucked.
But if
More like Starman.
if we go to see Star Wars,
Star Wars.
if we go to see nice, there's the tweet, there's the teacher tweet.
Everybody.
If we go to see Star Wars and we have that same like, okay, it was good, and because like obviously our expectations are way up here because there's just been so much hype about it. I think that's gonna be a giant. It's gonna how we're gonna judge I think movies for next year.
I think that, and I could be very wrong. I could be eating my words by the time the world sees this. But I feel like Star Wars, no matter what it is, because we all sat through the prequels, and we've sat through the prequels at least once. Most of us, the fans,
I've seen it
right?
many times.
Yeah,
If it's on TV, I'll watch it.
even if it's hot, watery garbage, we're still gonna be
We'll
like,
watch it. We'll make fun of it while we watch it.
yeah,
You know,
we'll
the
be
second
like,
and third,
okay,
fourth, fifth time.
Okay, sure. Yeah, they got Oscar Isaac looks great, and Boyega's got a lightsaber. Like it's lore, right? It's
It's the
like
Bible.
it's like going, New Testament, just yeah.
Where's the overt
I feel like there was a lot of really hollow storytelling in the New Testament. Like the CG just didn't.
gospel.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it has really kind of become geek Bible, which is why everyone is going to see this movie. You know what I mean? It's going to make $1 million on Friday. We'll add that in when the predictions hit. No, but I think it's gonna do so well, and I honestly can't imagine a universe where at least the five of us are gonna be like, nah.
Yeah, no,
You know?
that's true.
Yeah.
Now we still have a little bit of time. We have 3 more categories here. That's
This is a big episode.
This is
We're
a
gonna
big
make it for the
episode.
next 3
There's a
weeks.
lot of good stuff. I do want to see if we can get through comics. Best and worst comics. This one's a little bit easier, I think,
Oh,
maybe.
well, with you guys? Are you kidding
We just can't
me?
go into detail.
Okay,
So-
take a step back.
Let's get through
Let's see.
comics here.
Squeaks.
Matt Key,
Apologist.
what are the best and worst
Best and worst?
Let's do best and worst for
Okay.
time.
John's gotta pee.
My favorite comic of the year. I mean, and also last year was Saga. Like Saga is just, it's like the go-to, but it's a go-to
Absolutely.
for a reason. Like it's so good.
That's the one that Jupiter Ascending is based on, right?
Yeah. The Wachowskis are writing it and drawing it.
love
And they're
it.
not artists, but you don't care because the story's just so good.
Anytime you hear someone's like, oh, hey, I want to find a new comic to read, and I'm not really too familiar with comics, people always say, go to Saga.
Yeah,
Just
and that's
read Saga.
I say that all the time too.
Yeah.
Like, but for a good reason. It's so good. And Brian K. Vaughan is like he set out writing that comic as he was like his idea was I want to write a comic that is impossible to adapt to a film. And Saga is that. Like I could not see
Someone's
that
trying.
being. Oh, they're like
Multitudes are trying.
I've heard so many like stories behind people trying to get the rights, and it's just I don't
I
see
hope
it
it doesn't
happening.
happen.
I
Let it be
really
a great- let it be a
I
great
really don't want
comic.
it to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a worst comic of the year?
Well, I'm not. I had another best that I wanted to throw
go
out.
for it.
All new, all different. Marvel's going on right now, and one of the first titles they released was the Doctor Strange one, and it is like not like I'm a fan.
World's biggest Doctor Strange
I
fan.
I am. But coming from the world's biggest Doctor Strange fan, that I believe that's high praise because I came into it with a lot of expectations, and a lot of it could have been wrong, and I was like, this is the Doctor Strange comic I've been dying to see for like 15 years now because they haven't had a title since like the early 90s. So it's fantastic. It's really good.
So go
it's
read some Doctor Strange to get ready for phase 3.
There are only 3 issues in, and it's honestly like everyone who's read it is like, holy shit, that's a comic.
do it.
That's a
Read
good
it.
comic.
That's awesome.
Worst, I really don't have a worst. I have disappointed by.
Okay.
The new Spider-Man that Dan Slott is doing is a heartbreaker. I'm not really enjoying it. I hated Superior Spider-Man when that came out. I was like, this is a terrible idea, and then I loved it.
Okay.
No, I hated the idea. I was like, are they really doing?
It was a hard stretch, but
I
yeah.
was like, you're really doing a brain switching thing, and oh my god, all right, whatever. And then I read the first couple issues. I was like,
Yeah, if Superior
not
would have
bad.
bled into January of 2015, that would have been my series of 2015.
Yeah. It was real, and it led into Spider-Verse, which was so much fun.
Yep.
And I came into this new Spider-Man like post Secret Wars and was like really excited. I was like, I like this Dan Slott guy. He has a lot of fun with this Spider-Man.
I like the kind of his jib.
Yeah, like the fact that like they brought Japanese Spider-Man and like his like giant Mechazord into like the Spider-Verse. I was like, this guy can do no wrong. And then he started writing this book, and I was like, ooh, spoke too soon. Sorry, Dan Slott. So that was, and I don't like the direction they're taking Batman right now.
Okay.
Like with like he died, but then he's not dead, but he doesn't want to be Batman anymore. And Jim Gordon's Batman, but he's Robo Batman. I'm just like, this isn't Batman anymore.
It almost does seem.
I mean, I'm not gonna read
It does seem like very like old, like this 600, 700 issue range of Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, he started off strong. Like that first, like the Court of Owls was.
Yep.
Oh my God, that was good.
Which they adapted on TV's Gotham.
We will get to TV shortly.
There it is.
That's everyone's favorite TV show of the year, right? Gotham. So like those are like my two disappointments were Spider-Man and Batman's current direction. But I've liked a lot of what Snyder's done with Batman, so it's hard to say worst.
FLitZ.
I was going to go with Saga as well.
Okay. Great minds think
I
alike.
mean, I still can, and it's just so full of imagination, and people don't even realize that they're reading a romance novel, essentially. It's a romance comic.
Tricked
Like,
ya.
it's amazing. It's just so full of imagination and so expansive, and the universe is so well put together. But if I had to go into another book, and this is just another one of my favorites, essentially, and I love Invincible, and I love everything that Invincible does, and it does so much pivoting and twisting and turning inside the story that it keeps it from being so typical. Another one, which MTV was going to adapt into a series or a show or movie, and they just can't because it's so big and so
Is
much
it good?
to
Is it worth reading?
Yeah, yeah,
So
definitely.
if someone
I
was to
love
hand me
Invincible.
all of Invincible, I should just grab it and read all of it?
Yeah, man. It's very different.
even
It's
hands you
a lot of
anything, you should probably read it.
It's a
It's
lot
kinda
of
rude to
because a lot
not.
of it's a superhero book, but it's not a superhero book. Just like Saga's a space adventure, but it's not a space adventure. You know, it's the world is well established and it does really well at being an original concept universe.
Did you have a worst of? Anything that disappointed you at least?
I can't say. All I can say is I'm disappointed that I cannot seem to figure out where to pick back up or catch up in the comic book universes that I grew up with predominantly, which are Marvel and DC. I don't know what the heck is happening, and I'm still
can help you
catching
with
up.
that.
That would be amazing because I'm very confused, and I think a lot of us who read so much, but there's so much happening across universes that it's really, really difficult to catch back on to where the heck I'm supposed to be riding this bike.
This is actually like a really good time, at least in terms of Marvel, because they're doing their all new, all different, and pretty much everything is starting at a number one, and it's in its own universe, and like it's marginally connected to other universes. Like the history is like marginally there, but it's like not capitalized on. It's not like taken as like canon or Bible. It's not biblical. So
That's the one benefit that Marvel has in doing these huge tentpoles every 3 months is that they kind of are like, they make it so that you could pick up pretty much whenever you want. Like
and that's why they do that.
Yeah, I had that same problem, and I
Yeah.
started reading a lot of digital stuff around Secret Wars, and they did this. They were doing a lot of pandering with like Civil War's back and like all this stuff, and it was these 5-issue runs because the world, everything came together, and they did this great thing, and it was literally just 5-issue runs of a bunch of different series in this new verse, and it was great. And now I feel like I'm caught up and I'm in it, and I can jump in from
Yeah,
there.
it was almost like a summer of what ifs. It was
Yeah.
like, what if this story didn't end
Exactly.
this way, but this way, and then like they just
Yeah.
deviated. It was great. It's been a good year for Marvel. Like,
Yeah, hands down.
Like every single month, I think they've had like a majority of the top 10 books of every single month. Yeah, so
For me, my best of, which I found out when I was trying to do research on this particular topic, was a lot of the comics I read this year were all just catching up. I was trying to catch up what I missed in the last year or two, or different titles that would be leading up into movies that were coming out in the next few years. But then my best, I have to go with Walking Dead. I do the hardcovers. So I wait and I'll get like 2 a year, and that's how I like to read them. I like the cliffhangers that I get at each one. And not the one that just released, but the one that released earlier in the year had one of those moments where it was like a 5 years later kind of thing. And that was the best used moment I've ever seen of like 5 years later, because it really did, in my opinion, come to a conclusion at the end of one story arc where it's like, okay, well, what's next? And even the writers are like, no, we're good. Let's move to a time where we can actually have a different type of conflict, and I respected that, and I thought that it was done well. For my worst of, what was the DC Convergence?
Convergence.
Now, I didn't read as much of it as I wanted to, but I was so excited about it because I wanted to see a lot of Thomas Wayne, Flashpoint Batman, and Bruce Wayne Batman, like, being together. I thought there was a lot of great things that could happen there, and all we got was one line of dialogue that was, like, kind of witty, where Bruce Wayne asks for the keys to the car.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see a father-son vigilante group. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see its own title run. I wanted to see so much more from that because I love the Flashpoint Batman, and I didn't get it, and I was very disappointed with that.
Too bad, so sad, no
It's-
dad.
Yeah, literally, all three of those things. Nicole, did you have a best and worst of any comics?
I don't really read comics too much. There is one comic that I read this year, and it's the Buffy the Vampire Slayer comics. We're on season 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I really just like the Buffyverse, and I like the writing of it because it keeps the same tone as the show, and so now there's absolutely no budget. So there's like Mecha Dawn from like season 8, and there's nothing they can't do because they can just draw it. So it's like the same universe that the show's in, and they talk the same.
But even
they do,
crazier.
And it's still like that Whedon type of dialogue, and it's just insane now. And I like that story is continuing because the fans, they want it to
Does
exist.
art imitate life at all? Is like Xander go to prison for knocking out like a fan at Comic-Con?
No.
Okay.
No.
Google Xander actor prison. It's really fun.
Or more recently, rehab.
Oh yeah, he went to rehab too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Did-
cleaning up his
Get
stuff.
the help you need.
Did
guys.
you have a disappointed or worse?
No, but I'm a little disappointed that you guys all like Saga so much and have never been like, here, borrow it. Get started, Nicole.
Well, I just met you, so you can't be mad at me.
I've known FLitZ a long time.
Oh.
But have you been to my house?
I don't think so.
Well, now we're just
That's
kidding.
where
I
all my
think he
books
just
are.
invited you to a comic book equivalent
You
of
want a
Netflix.
Netflix and chill?
Netflix and chill.
Netflix.
It's Nutflix and chill.
Okay, so you guys ruined that for everyone.
Matt Rob, your best and worst of comics.
I have a lot of bests. I'll try to keep it as narrow as possible. I mean,
I was late too.
the visions were really good. I really
Vision's
liked it.
so
But
good,
honestly,
yeah.
I am such a Mark Millar nerd. I follow everything he does, and I just feel like everything with one word in the title that he does is like so good. I just started reading Huck, which he just started like last week, which is his new
haven't read it yet,
miniseries. It's really good. It's basically this slow guy in a small town has Superman-esque superpowers, and he was basically raised by nuns. Nope, nuns.
Wolves.
Nuns to do a good deed
It's
every
one or
day.
the other, though. Wolves or nuns.
No, it's never.
Wait,
no,
Wolf
it's,
nuns.
It could be none of
It's
them.
not.
Yeah, could it be
Nuns.
wolf nuns?
Yeah, I want
Yeah,
wolf nuns.
wolf nuns, just wolves that praise.
Wasn't
yeah.
Princess Daisy left on like a stoop of like a nunnery?
Is that a Zelda thing?
No, it's the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I'd have to go to Matt Head on that one. He's kind of like the definitive canon.
We keep him
for
under the
Mar-
table. No, but I think Huck's really, really good, and we're only like 1 or 2 issues in, but it's still solid. And then, I've been thinking about it. I was like, I don't have a worst, but just listening to everybody talk, I hate all of you. I honestly, I was my top miniseries of all time, and it goes back to Millar, is the 2010 Old Man Logan series.
Oh, man.
And the new one, the new run where he and now he's a member of the X-Men. It's not good.
Yeah.
And I get what they're doing, and I know why they did it.
Bringing
and
back Jack Human for the screen as a really old man.
Yeah, I know why they're doing it, and it's just really unfortunate. And I was really kind of into it, and it had a lot of the broad strokes that made the original series so good. But again, it felt hollow. It felt like a lot of just nostalgia play, and it's just fetishism, and it just wasn't solid. And the fact that
Were they making money on your memory addiction?
And I feel like they really just, I'm not even going to address that. They really just tried to shoehorn a great character and a great franchise into this new world. And now he's the Wolverine of the X-Men because the other Wolverine died. Suck on that. You all read the books. Like, it was just really unfortunate. And I'm not going to continue to read any of the stuff with him in it. And it was just bad.
Let's go to TV shows.
Oh, best TV show. I probably would say The Flash. That's been my
Good
favorite
answer,
one
good
to watch.
Do you weep during it?
I weep uncontrollably like my boss Kevin. I can call him Kevin now because
You first name basis. Awesome.
He prefers Silent Kevin, actually.
The Flash, but also what was the other one? I just watched the first season of Fargo.
Yeah.
And that was out last year, so I can't have that as my official answer. But holy Christ, is it good? It is so good.
Really?
If you're not a big fan of Coen Brothers stuff, then you're probably not going to enjoy it as much as I did. But like, tonally, it was dead on.
Well, it's kind of a love letter to the Coen Brothers, right? The whole thing.
Well, I mean, they're executive producing it,
Right.
Yeah,
so
they really love
they
themselves.
really love themselves.
Yeah.
But
Should.
like,
That's
You
called
should love
masturbation.
yeah,
The greatest love of all. Whitney, got you.
Good reference.
She got a
I'm
needle.
gonna miss you in the new year.
but I love Fargo. But for this year, like The Flash has been so good, so good.
She's best this year,
Like-
best last year.
Oh,
Next year.
like Earth 2. Like, I want to know what they're going to do for season 3 because they've already done time travel and now they're doing Earth 2.
There's
Like,
so much
what
they
are they
could
going
do.
to do?
Wally.
They haven't introduced Mirror Master yet.
Oh man,
There's
Mirror
so
Master
many,
and
like-
Wally because Wally just showed up. Yeah. Oh
gosh.
God, it's.
Sorry, FLitZ, best and worst. Actually,
worst.
Do you have worst for
I kind of don't like watch a show. Like if I'm like, oh, that's gonna be real bad, I don't watch it. The only one I could come up with, True Detective. Like I saw the first
yeah.
episode of season 2.
I also
and-
forgot that happened.
Yeah, I saw the first episode of season 2, and I didn't like. I remember listening to like NPR the next day, and they had like some show where they were like analyzing it. Like they had like some pop culture thing, and they were like, "Yeah, let's talk about True Detective last night." And they had a couple people on, and they were all doing their best to make sense of what happened. And like talking through it, like because they were all like, we all went into it like, oh man, season 1 was like really fun. Let's like, I'm so excited for season 2. And I feel like the entire world was like, no, that was season 2. Like that's
Holding
where
out for
the-
Talking Detectives to air on HBO right afterwards.
Yeah, so that was real bad. Like what was that one line? He was like he said to the dad or the kid or something like that in the yard. Like Colin Firth was like, if I catch you over doing that again, I'm gonna cut your dick off and fuck you. Like it was like, what are you what? Like it was like the most random line. He was supposed to be threatening, but it was like.
Are you making
Like,
love to me?
It was like
doing?
strangely like it was ironically hilarious. It was like, are you trying to make the man laugh or are you trying to scare him?
Yeah,
Like it was so bad. Yeah, True Detective is my worst.
I feel like that's one that they like set the bar really high, and they're like, "We got this," and then the showrunner left, and they're like, "Oh shit, we don't have anything."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mess.
FLitZ, you have a look of thought on your face.
Well, I mean, I don't watch much TV, but what I do watch.
The world is like,
out
"What
of-
do you do, FLitZ?"
I study. I read.
Boring.
I am a student of life.
I am.
He meditates 4 hours a day.
I know that's too much. Well, I guess
Until he runs out of tissues and or lotion. Yes, what are you doing? I'm meditating.
I love. I want to say because out of recommendation by Matt Raub, and I feel like I love what it does to. It has the potential to do society, but Adam ruins
Muppets?
No, Muppets is great. Adam ruins everything. What is it on? It's on like True TV.
Yeah.
It's on True TV. And it's a great show. And I ran into Matt Raub's office after watching it, and one of the things I said, I was like, "This show is great. It's church." And
the first thing I said to you was, "You got to knock."
and why are you in my room? And
I'm meditating.
but one of the things that came back was, well, these things need to be questioned. They need to be scrutinized. And yes, even with church, when a preacher tells you a thing, you should start looking into it yourself. And I feel like it opens the door for people to start looking into these things that we do without even asking questions. And I think that's an
show is
amazing
this?
thing. Adam ruins everything.
It's college humor's.
Yeah, and
show.
going over. I mean, and it's about enlightening people and opening up the doors to thought of. Wait, yeah, why do we do this? What is the point of doing this? I don't even know why. These are different traditions, but to what end? Where did it come from? So it's opening the eyes or opening the opportunity to have a community, us as a community, open our eyes to why we do certain things. That's the answer I would want to give, but I would have to say Steven Universe, I love.
And what did you not like?
I honestly, I don't like it. I don't watch a whole bunch, but a lot like the Naked and like Afraid shows. Like I don't like any of the reality. Oh,
I
it's
hate
duck
reality.
time.
Worst shows of
Like
2015? Reality.
I mean, really, because it's a false reality. I mean, it can be it's called reality, but it's introducing reality as if it's some sort of real when it's not. It's a lot of scripted stuff, and people start to build up expectations and their dreams based around sitting on a boat, duck fishing. Look, being naked on the island with naked people, but everything's blurred out. Why you gotta blur out everything? Let them be naked and hunt crocodiles.
I want the reality. You want them to be naked.
I want
want to see
and afraid.
Nips and anuses.
Yeah, and crocodile meat.
All right, that's the thing.
Why do the crocodiles gotta die?
Because they're tasty and they're naked and they need to eat something.
My favorite shows of 2015, Flash was an amazing one, and I rant about that all the time. Another favorite, I know all of us feel the same way about it, was Jessica Jones.
Butt shots.
Boo.
Well, honestly, here's something I really liked about it. I haven't talked about this yet. What I liked about it is going into Jessica Jones, I had like a big celebrity crush on Ritter.
Kristen
Ritter. And but then after watching this, like it was just the crush was gone, and I'm just like, no, this is a great character.
You're a person now.
Yes. Yes.
I still want to sleep with you, but I also want to hear what your thoughts are.
No, it was just a very well done movie, or TV show, miniseries, whatever you want to call it, the Netflix miniseries. It was good. It did things differently. It pushed the envelope in ways that Marvel wouldn't normally be able to push the envelope, and I respected it for it.
He respects it, but he doesn't respect Kristen Ritter.
No, I very much. I respected her even when I had a crush on her. Who do you think I am?
Jove, what are you doing there? I'm respecting Kristen Ritter.
I'm meditating.
Kristen Ritter.
As for worst shows, I don't watch shows that I don't like. I don't waste my time on something if I know it's bad or I'm not going to like it. But I will say that the writing for Laurel in Arrow was the worst thing I've seen on television in a long time.
Worse than Iris?
Worse than Iris. She's worse than Iris.
Neither of them work.
No. They don't.
They're never at work.
Oh, no. Iris is always
Iris is a reporter.
Yeah,
She's a reporter. So she has that.
So she can always not be writing about whatever she's writing about.
Yeah, she's got dead fiance money. I'm assuming he had a pension. He's a cop.
You don't get your fiance's pension.
Yeah, you do.
No.
I don't think so.
You also don't run backwards in time.
Okay.
Stretching reality way too much.
It works.
Laurel is worse in Arrow because there's like this whole two-part
She really
little
is.
story arc
So
where she's like, hey, no, let's go over to the island. We can bring your sister back to life.
was dumb.
But hey, it was literally just explained to me why this is a bad idea, but we're going to do it anyways, and we're still not gonna.
Thea, so why like?
Exactly, like,
it's
you
like
see why
Arrow's
it's not
allowed
good.
to make stupid mistakes, and then I think it's dumb that Laurel doesn't make them, or does make the same mistakes. But, like,
Are you
it's the
saying that
same
she should be
mistake.
allowed to make her own bad mistakes, or I think.
I think under that logic, you should also hate Oliver Queen.
Yeah, no, I hate Oliver Queen for the same reason I hate Batman a lot of the time. Stop being stubborn. Stop being stubborn. Stop being stupid. And stop keeping secrets from people.
Laurel is actually they didn't want Battlestar Galactica. I think they're gonna Starbuck.
Harbinger?
No, they're gonna Starbuck her because
Harbinger
like
of
the last
death.
2 episodes, only Oliver's talked to her, and she's only kind of been in a room with just Oliver.
And they're gonna find her fighter pilot with her corpse in it.
Yeah, like I feel like she died on Nanda Parbat, and only he sees her. How great would that be? That'd be such an awesome twist.
That
They
would be
won't
an
do it.
amazing
Like
twist.
that's the grave that he keeps
Yeah,
going
right.
to.
Right, he just keeps checking. He's like, oh, she's been dead this whole time.
Wait, real fast, can I change my answer for least favorite? Because this is something I invested time in and I'm not happy with it.
Muppets.
Doctor Who.
Oh, this season.
I love Doctor Who and I love Capaldi, but this season did not land for me. I've been passively watching Hannibal and that horror show that 2 shows I really don't care about, and they're more interesting than this season of Doctor Who has been to me. American Horror Story American Horror Story. Like this season, it's just been dropping the ball, and it's been trying, and it's had some cool moments, but it's been disappointing.
Yeah, I feel like too many hands in the pot at this point for Doctor Who. Everyone's
many
just trying
cooks.
to, too many cooks. Do.
Man, that needs to buy Felicia.
Don't. What did I tell you about using phrases you don't know?
But I waited 48 hours to use the
No,
phrase.
you
I just
still
learned it.
can't.
Did I not use it right? I
You
mean,
just learned it.
yeah, I had no clue it was a thing.
Saint Felicia, patron saint of farewells.
No.
I love it.
Nicole.
Well, Did you worst?
Yeah, he did. Laurel.
Oh, that's
Copped
She's
out.
the worst.
sure.
Copped out.
No, she's the worst. Arrow, not that bad anymore. This season of Arrow got a lot better, but Laurel is holding it back.
My best show, I'm just gonna copy you all, is the Flash Arrow combination.
Flaro.
Flaro.
Flaro's what we call it.
But it's like
Or
a
Ash.
bolero.
Asho.
No, but so I really like I like watching them together. I usually watch them on the same night.
Why don't you ever come over with us to watch?
Because the one time
Arrow?
you guys invited me over, I was already watching Shield. Because I watch Shield, and then I watch Flash, and then I watch Arrow
It's just
in
something
one
we do
night.
every week. We just watch together
you
because we're
should-
friends. But if you don't
you
want to come over
you
and
only
watch
invited
together,
me
I think he
over
just
one
he
time,
gave you the Flaro
so-
equivalent of Netflix and
Flaro and chill.
You guys are just the worst.
chill. Yep.
No.
Speaking of the worst,
No, I mean, I really. Last season of Flash was amazing, so it's really no surprise that this one is awesome too. I thought the Earth 2 stuff, for someone who isn't coming into the comics like you guys are, it was easy for me to digest. It still was like, oh, okay, there's a parallel universe, but we're only going to talk about one parallel universe. Because as soon as you say parallel universe, I'm like, there's infinite possibilities, and then my brain I get caught up on that, and they've done a good job of keeping me focused on this storyline, and I like how they're both Arrow and Flash are setting up Legends of Tomorrow, which I think is going to be really interesting, and I'm excited to have one more
we're gonna
show.
be talking about that next year.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Worst show, I mean, again, like you guys, I don't watch anything that I don't like.
I do.
You know, I don't have.
Arrow does.
I'm married.
I don't have.
no, I just run.
Kinda.
It's just me running. I TV on the treadmill.
Yeah, well,
And
that's nice.
No, and there's
He
shows
hate
that I
run
hate.
shows.
I hate run shows. I hate run the first season of Gotham.
Well, and now you love it, so look at that.
Look at that.
But so because I have to seek out shows like on Hulu or Netflix or whatever. So I love Jessica Jones and all whatever. So what I didn't like and what I was disappointed in this year, and I haven't given it much of a chance past the first episode because I disliked it so much, was American Horror Story.
Yeah.
I really didn't think it's not creepy, it's not interesting. I don't feel like I'm going on an adventure where I'm trying to
God,
solve
just get
things.
nominated for
It's girl
an
porn.
Emmy.
It's gore porn.
It's good,
Like,
and
It's
like
not
that's
even
awful
that.
to me.
That's my worst too, and I'll go into it in a second.
I don't want to see such violent sexual things. I don't like that.
Yeah, I hate it for the other reasons, but yeah.
It's not
He likes
enough.
the violent sexual thing.
No, it's
Well, I, mean, I liked Coven. I liked, Asylum was interesting. The first one was
Yeah.
was interesting too.
Yeah.
Did not like this one.
No.
Don't like where it's going. I don't like it.
Which one is this?
It's the haunted hotel.
Hotel
Oh,
with Lady
yeah.
Gaga and the kids.
It's like
except
sexy,
it's not
rapey
about hotel.
vampires.
It's like
Yeah.
weird vampire virus.
and dead
It's-
people.
It's
And like there's that
super
elevator
bad.
that like keeps malfunctioning and sending people to their deaths.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
over
yeah, and
and
he's
over
like,
and over.
welcome. Yeah, it's the whole thing. No,
Ah,
it's
so weird.
Yeah.
yeah.
Liz Taylor is
Hollywood Tower Terror
Terror
joke.
jokes. Disneyland.
So before we transition into your worst, what is your best, Matt Rob?
Honestly, I know everyone's saying Flash, but everyone has already forgotten because it was 10 months ago. Daredevil. Daredevil.
I didn't like it as much.
I didn't forget about it. It was one of my favorites, but
Yeah.
I didn't think like for best. I thought it was Flash.
I Flash was great, but Flash falls into the same CW tropes that every CW falls into. So like there was, I mean, even in this last episode, there was way too much of the heart to heart with the old dad cop and
Such a good actor.
Joe?
Joe
He's-
and Barry. It
He's
was
the
like
show. He's Lieutenant Green
I don't know. I don't buy that.
from Law and Order. Everybody.
No, I get it. We get it. No, but I think honestly, Daredevil was just a really solid, and I binged it, and it was so good. And honestly, everything Netflix has been so solid. Even Master of None. If you haven't watched Master of None,
I was
haven't seen it yet.
gonna say
Man
maybe
in the
that
High,
would be my
Man in the High
favorite.
Castle. Didn't watch
I haven't
that
watched it
yet?
yet.
On
I haven't
Amazon?
watched.
No,
That
I
was
see it.
It's
interesting.
very heavy. I need to. It's
Wait,
like
is
a,
that it?
Is that on Netflix or Hulu?
it's on
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Oh, it's Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that one's great.
It's
Yeah.
dark. It makes you feel bad.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's the World War II apologist show. It's like this is your fault, all of this. And on worst, I mean, I could say American Horror Story because I begrudgingly sit through every season.
Man, Rob hate watches.
No, well, but that's the thing. It's like I hate watch it, but like I hated Coven and I really disliked Freak Show because the problem with these shows is it goes into a place where it's like we're gonna do this crazy cool concept and then it just veers off and it becomes this like weird like we're gonna give all these old actresses an opportunity to get nominated for stuff like Kathy Bates and like everyone and it's just
And
it's,
those old women need to go back home.
Every season.
no,
Get
I'm
off
not
TV.
saying
I'm
that.
just
I'm not
kidding.
saying that. I'm not saying that. I think that they're great actresses, but I don't need them to like award porn the hell out of this show, where they have a
Yeah.
moment where they just weep and they're like, "This is my moment. I'm gonna win an award for this." It's not good.
It's like the scene in Wayne's World where
Yeah,
he's like,
exactly.
like throws water on himself and someone like,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah, it's so dumb, and it's just it gets worse every season. But honestly, I could say that Ryan Murphy took all of those terrible things and injected them into a lifeless corpse, which was Scream Queens. Scream Queens is hot, sticky garbage. It is so gross, and
I
it's
watched
so.
all of
Man, I saw
Scream
the trailer for that. It's like, oh, we're coming to the end of the season. Don't miss out. And I saw the trailer for it. I'm like, this looks horrible. I don't want to go to this. I don't
It
want to see
doesn't know
this.
what it wants to be. It thinks it's a comedy. It tries to be a weird Scream knockoff. It also is like a season-long whodunit. I think season-long mystery shows are a fail. Like, if you're not going to have people talking week to week, Lost was really the only show that could have done that. You're really not going to be able to be like, oh, I wonder who was the killer. It's like, it's clearly one of those three people.
Blue did it the
Yeah.
best in 90 minutes. It should not take an entire season.
Exactly, and it's really dumb. And I honestly, Scream Queens, like I watched an episode and I'm like, no, not at all. I'll watch American Horror Story because the cinematography, some of the stuff they do is really cool, and I'll even buy into the fact that like some of the actors are great, but also there's a weird like Ryan Murphy. We're gonna find out that like Ryan Murphy is just making the show so he could bang all these dudes because like every one of them, there's a theory. Every single actor he's ever had on this show looks identical. They all have
and
like
they did the-
clean cut, black hair,
true.
blue eyes guy. Like every single one of them has an identical look in real life.
And there was
And
that
it's
one
creepy.
season with the ghosty butt sex scene.
There's always ghosty butt sex scene. Always. That's a thing.
Did we get back to Coven?
No?
Where are we? What has ghosty butt sex scenes?
Everything. And honestly, I want to throw another
Ghostbusters?
category in there for, a show that really tries hard and does everything it could do, and it's not that bad, is Gotham Season 2, you guys. Gotham Season 2, y'all should give it a shot. I can't wait for it to become the show that everyone's like, oh, I should go back and watch that show. We're going to go on the
condone the
record now.
message.
I'm going on the record right now and saying 4 years from now, when we're at Gotham Season 6, and it's Batman and the Teen Titans, it's going to be great.
Was Empire season 1 2015?
think so.
No,
That-
yes. Yeah, well, the
was
tail
a,
end
that
of
was
it.
a mid-season show that
Yeah.
started at like end of or beginning of December, like in beginning of January. Yeah.
But it led into this year.
Okay, 'cause season 1 of Empire was amazing. Just gonna put it out there, season 2. I'm holding on to you.
Cookie's the best.
Cookie's so good. Everyone, I love everyone on that show. I'm Team Hakeem, but whatever.
All right, that's fair. I don't know any of that words.
Do we do video games or do we save that for 2016?
And what the best and worst is? I mean, where are we at? How long have we been going?
We're at an hour 15.
Hour 16 minutes?
Can
We can do it. Let's do a two-parter. We can
No,
do a two-parter.
screw it. We're going to go straight through. This is a big, bloated episode for all you people out in
All
the
right,
universe.
you're welcome. You don't get us for the next 3 weeks, so keep on watching. Best and worst video games. Matt Key.
I don't have the time to play video games. Like I just
Well, that's a show. Goodbye,
legitimately-
everybody. Thanks for watching.
So the only answer I can really give is games that I thought looked cool that I really cannot wait to play.
That's fair.
And that would be Fallout 4 and the Battlefront one.
Don't waste your time on back.
Good.
Yep. Can't wait to play those.
Next
Don't
year,
waste
it'll
your
be the greatest game of the year. Is there anything that you saw that you're like, nope, not going to touch that?
No, but when I do have time to play games, I play a lot of X-Men Arcade on my Xbox.
Like it?
Yeah, Thug Life.
That's a good game.
That's a great game.
Yep.
FLitZ, we play a lot of video games.
We do.
What
We
was
play a
what
whole
was your
lot of
best
video
and worst of the
games.
year?
My best, Witcher? Wait, was that last year?
No, that was this year.
Witcher.
Witcher 3.
Witcher.
Wild Hunt.
It's Wild Hunt. Because I spent so much time in that world. And I had to rip myself out of it. Out of every game that I played this year, Witcher, I literally had to go, no, I will not. And I haven't picked it up since I put it back down because I know I won't get anything done. And that being said, I would definitely say Witcher. I'm putting Witcher at my top for I'm just so excited and I love open world games. I would say Fallout, but it's Skyrim and I played Skyrim. It's post-apocalyptic future Skyrim and I do enjoy it, but Witcher I feel like hit where I needed. As far as worse, there's a lot of hype. And everybody was anticipating it, but it just did not do it for me, and I'm highly disappointed in it, and that's Battlefront. I do not.
Better not play it.
No, play it. But not for what they're offering. It's very blown out of proportion, but it lacks It lacks substance,
It
and
does.
they are banking off of that. It's one of the only games, first-person shooters, third-person shooters out there with a teen rating, and they're banking on that being good enough and moving.
Yeah, that's what's funny,
Again,
because teens play all the mature shooters all the time. It's
and they're a company, right? They're a business. But I, as a consumer, I feel like I deserve, even though I may even know the story, substance in a story out of the damn game. I didn't pick up Star Wars for a fighting game. It's a fighting game. It's a shooter. With do you do this and that's cool? No, I want the
there
universe.
just wasn't enough.
It's a solid DLC for Battlefield.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
For me, had I spent time on Witcher Wild Hunt, that probably would have been my game of the year. But I had just gotten off of 200 plus hours of Dragon Age from 2014 that I couldn't do it. We had this conversation. I was afraid to play Witcher. I wasn't going to be able to do it. And so I had to tell myself, no, you need a life. Yeah. And so I played Smite instead as like a way to cleanse my palate. And I'm still playing that. But that came out like 3 years ago, so that's not my answer. Fallout 4. It is Skyrim again. It's Skyrim with guns, but guess what? I've been waiting years to play just Skyrim again. And Fallout, the reason Fallout is great is because Bethesda is hands down the best video game company of the decade.
Take that, Square Enix.
Yeah, and because not only are they like, hey, we're announcing a big game at E3, and it comes out in 3 months, the DLC, so they did a season pass. Battlefront has a $50 DLC, almost the price of the game itself, and you get DLC that probably might not add up to what you think $50 is worth of gameplay. Whereas you're going to Fallout 3 got 4 DLC packs, which is more like expansions, if anything. And if Fallout 4 gets 4, the season pass is $30, and they've gone on to say that the DLC on its own is going to be worth around $20 to $30. For a single one.
Yeah, but see, this is where I disagree with you, because I heard you bitching about the Battlefront DLC, and you can't compare it to something like a Fallout or anything like that, because it's a different world. This is an FPS world.
It's a first person versus a season pass. But the fact that I can get the price of one DLC and get all 4, that is just them saying, we have a lot of money. We're making a lot of money off of this. Let's give back to the fans a little bit.
Witcher did that.
Really?
There's so much free DLC.
Don't tell me
in
that.
Witcher.
Dude, I can't get into that game, man. I can't
It's
do
on
it.
sale right now.
No! I gotta go.
It's like $19 on Steam or something.
Shoot, I gotta go play Witcher now. Nicole,
cheap.
did you have a best and worst?
So I mean, like you, I put a lot of time into Dragon Age Inquisition, and so like my best game of 2014 was Inquisition, but of 2015, I really liked the DLC support that Inquisition had. You had one DLC pack that was like a different map, so you got to continue the fun of exploring a world and taking on new enemies, and there was that aspect of Dragon Age that they expanded. And then the next one was like a dungeon, and it was a dungeon crawler type of level, and that was a cool aspect of Dragon Age that they also expanded. And then the final one was this really amazing. Okay, put this down. It was a really awesome way that they carried on the characters. You got to continue to talk with the characters. You had closure for your characters. You had closure for your character. You know, the person that you play, the Inquisitor, and it had just a really good conclusion.
They tried with Mass Effect, but this
Mass
was
Effect
done a lot
DLC
better.
was crap.
Okay.
Like the way that they ended. I mean, the final DLC, the Citadel DLC for Mass Effect 3, is the DLC ending that you wanted. It was you got to give your best friends, your playable characters, a party, and you all take a group picture together. Like, we had a great time, and then like you literally throw them a house party, and that's the way Mass Effect 3 should have ended. But that's fine. But I mean, this actually it closed the door on my character and also opened the door for the rest of the Dragon Age series, which I thought was a really, really well
wait for the
done.
next one.
Yeah, I mean, you say Bethesda's one of the greatest game developers, and I agree. And I think another great one is BioWare.
Yeah.
Despite
When it's not
even,
being forced to release games quickly by EA.
Take that, Nintendo.
Well, I mean, they definitely still take their time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to see Dragon Age probably for 3 years. Mass Effect until late next year at the soonest.
I think that's the 2017 release.
Yeah,
You're right.
so
yeah.
I mean, they take their time, and then I'm also playing Fallout 4. Definitely like that game, putting a lot of time in it. I find it much harder to navigate compared to Skyrim, because Skyrim was life for me for a long time, and I took to Skyrim much easier than Fallout. Assassin's Creed is a game that I need to get back into. I didn't love it, but I love the series enough that I bought it, and I'm gonna keep playing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
going
was
back.
also disappointed in Battlefront because I want to play a story mode, and I thought that I would be able to overlook that because it's Star Wars. It's a shooter. I'll get over it, and I don't because I don't want to play with you guys. You know?
No.
Like I
Who
want.
needs friends?
Well, here's the thing. They should have, because DICE, who does Battlefield, they even had a storyline in, which was my worst game of the year, Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah.
Their story
Shooters
mode-
have campaign
yeah,
modes.
it was
They all
very
do it.
unique.
Yeah.
And it was different, but it still just didn't mask the epicness that we were promised from the multiplayer. And so, yeah, they did that wrong. So there's no reason, there's absolutely no reason why Battlefront shouldn't have had a story mode to it.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
if
There's no
if
reason.
you watch Star Wars today or whenever you do, and you're thinking, hey,
If
I
you're
really
waiting in line outside of the theater
while,
watching this.
while listening to this, and you're thinking, hey, I want to go home and play a Star Wars game, consider going back to SWTOR.
So,
Yeah.
super
I just
Star
got a new
Wars.
free droid from SWTOR.
So SWTOR, they're doing
Yeah.
a ton of events. I think it's Life Day this week in their universe, and they're doing a lot of free events and a lot of ways to get into the game, and it's free to play in some respects. And it's
But
a
seriously,
real-
Matt
it's
Key,
a
definitely,
BioWare RPG.
definitely play Battlefront when you get a
It
chance.
is worth it.
But play SWTOR.
It's just not worth
What is it?
Star Wars: Old Republic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The online game. I got like
Gotcha.
2 level 50s.
Matt Rob,
Sith Inquisitor is pretty stacked.
Matt Rob, you are easily the biggest gamer here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So tell us about all the games that you game in.
I am a filthy casual. I am a filthy growth. That means I don't play a lot of games because I'm too busy watching them play games. I mean, honestly, if it ever is a game, it's usually something in the comic book world. I'm a nerd. And I will admit, something that ate up a good many hour of my year, Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight.
I still go back to that.
Yeah.
I still do AR
That is-
challenges.
yeah, and
a
it
lot.
is something
I
that is
still do.
awesome because their DLC has kept me coming back. The fact that they put out something as simple as the Adam West suit, and I'm like, okay, and I'll
Yeah.
go and I'll play another 4 hours.
First game where I got the Tim Burton Batman outfit, damn right I went back to that game.
Yeah, it's just such a solid game. It's so much fun. It really
This
is.
is Rocksteady's last one.
Yeah,
Last Batman.
yeah,
Last Batman.
yeah. Until they do something new.
Era.
I don't know. That'd be great. That'd be great.
That could actually be really fun.
Yeah, it's just no cape. You just like zip line from building to building. I'd play the
We'd
hell out of
actually
that.
finally see. Well, no, because then you had to like shoot the arrow into the wall, then hook the other side of the arrow to the wall or something. We never really see that
You
part in the
just
TV
press
show.
A, so-
Okay, just
Yeah.
press A. Okay, never mind.
Easy.
Yeah, it's all you really need to do. And worst game, I mean, there's a lot of really bad mobile games in the world that we're all forced to play.
That we are forced.
I don't know if I have a worst. Honestly, and this sucks, Disney Infinity.
Oh, man.
And I bought it all. And I'm like, all right, you got me. I'm a collector. I have an entire wall of Funko Pops. Sure, why the hell not, right? And I got it all, and I'm like, all right, Guardians of the Galaxy DLC, some of the original voice actors, I'll play this. It's not good. It is. I mean, it's a kids game, and the Lego games are kids games, and I played the hell out of those.
love the Lego
Thank
games.
you,
Oh
and
my
they're
God.
so
Can't wait
much
for
fun.
Lego Avengers next year. Can't wait.
January.
So close.
Yeah,
January.
So close.
When that
Thanks for-
first Lego Marvel game came out, and I saw that Doctor Strange was a playable character, I played the hell out of that game just to get Doctor Strange.
And there's so many more in this one. It is
Yeah.
double the. We'll geek out
It's
after.
double the
Yeah.
trouble.
Double the nope. And I mean,
they've got the unbeatable Squirrel Girl in there, and like my fiance is a giant Squirrel
Yep,
Girl fan,
yep.
so she was like, "Oh, I can't wait! Oh, I can't wait!" Oh,
and
this is gonna be
I'm
great."
playing. Your fiance too. I'm playing Lego Dimensions right now, and it's great. It even though they basically hijacked the Disney Infinity Skylanders model, it's still great, and it's an awesome game. And the fact that you merge worlds and you can play.
You build the Legos. Good for them for really keeping that concept.
It really
in there.
is. Like it really, like the fact that like if you want to change like one of your vehicles, they physically give you the instructions on screen, and you have to rebuild the Batmobile. It's great. It's really
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, and the fact that I was able to have like you watch an argument between GLaDOS and HAL 2000, and it's just they can just play with the IP. But that's not my best. Batman's still my best. Yeah, I guess a worst. Yeah, probably any of the mobile games that we play in our brand new show, Sellouts.
Yay!
No, it's there's a lot of really bad mobile games out there
They
that we've
added
played.
Spider-Verse characters to fight for Future.
Of course they did.
Future Fight might be up there as the worst. I don't. It's
Yeah?
just a bad. It's a bad
play it
game.
so
I know.
much.
Well,
Wait,
that's
is
the
that
problem.
the fighting game one or
no?
which?
Clash of
I played.
Champions.
Wait, that's the fighting game one.
Fighting
I play
game one.
so much Future Fight. Well, it plays itself.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
That's why I just don't get
plays
into.
itself.
I just don't get into mobile games because I
Yeah.
feel like they're just like playing themselves. Like,
Well, they do.
there's-
There's literally an autopilot mode
Yeah.
where you turn it on and it just farms for you.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so
I do.
dumb.
It was
I'm
also,
guilty.
I
I'm
believe,
guilty of
started in Final Fantasy, was it 13, 14, 15, 13?
15
Where
isn't
you-
out.
Where you switched the paradigm. Which one had the paradigm
Oh,
shifts?
paradigm shifts?
Yeah.
That was 13.
That was
I think.
13, where it was literally like an auto battle mode. I'm like, this is stupid. Well, no, it's not stupid. Unpopular Kids. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This has been a deluxe edition of this. It's our end of the year episode. Thank you so much, Matt Key, for coming and spending
for having me, man.
a big episode with us. Again, tell the audience, those lucky, amazing viewers that stayed to the very end of this episode, where can we see your stuff?
You can see I'm actually on air for Marvel Movie News. That's on Thursdays. That's live at 1:30 on the Pacific time zone. The specific time. And we talk all things Marvel. Like if there's, and we do a weekly show, so it's like any news that came out from the Thursday before to the Thursday we film, we talk about that news. Like sometimes
we
we
would love
have
to
like,
come on. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
It'd be a great time.
anytime.
It'd be a great time.
This is our last show this Thursday, and then we'll pick back up in January. But I'll have all of you guys on if you want to come on. It's a good time.
Not Nicole. She hated Avengers.
Oh, my two co-hosts didn't like Avengers either.
See,
So-
I'm alone.
Yeah.
Not right this second.
And then I also produced the Kevin Smith podcast, and that just started last week. So
Thin Man on Batman.
Let's see you more often. Again, thank you guys for watching. We're going to be taking a few weeks off for the new year and holidays, but we'll be back in January. So we're going to get unpopularly.
And hopefully you're learning
We're
how to
going
pronounce
to get
that word.
unpopular.
There you go.
Try to add an LY.
Popular.
Anyway, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Go.